Please use handrails on stairs. Be aware of moving vehicles and monitor children closely. If you observe suspicious activity or unattended baggage, please notify the personnel or call 1-800.
Welcome everyone to New York City. Today we're going to explore the west side of Midtown Manhattan. There's plenty of new developments here, a lot of boutique hotels, a few attractions also along the avenues after 8th Avenue. So let's see what is in the western side of Manhattan here at the neighborhoods of Hell's Kitchen and the Garment District. We're starting right now at the Moynihan train station. So let's walk around. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm Ariel with Urbanist, and let's go. Hello, Wendy. Nice to see you here. Hello, Alexandra, Irene, Kay, Panagiotis, Janice, Sally. Welcome. Wendy. So here we see the exterior of the Moynihan train station, also the Fairleigh post office. It's a gorgeous building. It's also part of the Empire Station complex. That's what they're calling it. And future, the entire complex might just be called Empire Station rather than Penn Station. But let's go westward. Hello, Robert from Poland. Hello, Carmen. Hello, Mr. Bot. Moynihan looks great inside from the design. It does indeed, I agree. I really do agree. Hello, Janice. You're on Team Share, Janice. Thank you so much for being on Team Share. If you're watching, slam that like button right now. If you want to share these videos, make sure more people see these videos who can use a little bit of New York traveling. Also, I'll bring more similar videos to your own feed. So slam that like button right now and let me know if you're on Team Like. Actually received a message from the last video I did. Someone said, I'm so happy I saw this on your feed. I saw this on my feed because I've been wanting to see New York City. And that's what happens when you press that like button. Here we have Bob and his friends feasting. There's Bob as his friend Frank right over there, the big furry one. They're feasting today, enjoying some good food. Hey, Mighty Bull, nice to see you here. And here we have the construction of Hudson Yards. Here we have a car, food car. They're common in this area in New York City, especially right by the offices. And this one's more for breakfast. Trisha, Bob found the feast. Indeed he did. Indeed he did. Irene is in every team. Like and share. Thank you so much, Irene. I appreciate it. Hello, Thomas. Hello, Maria. Bienvenidos. Aiden, ¿cómo estás? Ronald, ¿cómo está acá? Hardip, welcome. Namaste. Mighty Bull. Deanne says street meat. You know, some of them are good, actually. Not all of them, but some of them are good. So here we're in the construction zone, right by Hudson Yards. Hudson Yards is growing and growing, quickly becoming its own neighborhood. Mighty Bull, thank you so much for the super chat. Mighty Bull, frequent super chatter. I appreciate you. Let's see what's happening here. Suzanne, how's it going? Carmen, ¿hablo español? Sí, yo hablo español. Soy fluente en español. Puedes preguntarme cualquier cosa que estás curioso de Nueva York, de la comida, de la historia, de la arquitectura, cualquier cosa que tú te intriga de Nueva York. Hey Rafael, hola. Laureen, aloha. Yo me lo imagino que es más grande pero hermoso, me enamora el parque. Sí, Jackie, estamos ahora en un nuevo barrio que se llama Hudson Yards. We're in the new neighborhood called Hudson Yards, and it's beautiful. Hey, 18 Shasta, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you. So here we see a crane. Shasta, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Here we have a Bluestone Lane. Now this Bluestone Lane, I loved coming here. It was only open for, I think, about a year. The thing is, in the past few months, there's been heavy construction. So it hasn't been so pleasant to sit outside, at least, in this Bluestone Lane. But I highly recommend Bluestone Lane. It's like it's a chain brunch restaurant, pretty good prices, and really good coffee as well. So I highly recommend it. Let's go up here. I've never actually been to this plaza. Let's check it out. Here's what I think is a hotel called the Eugene. Wendy says, very nice looking. I agree. Hey, Ronald. Any mastication today? There will be public mastication today. Fair warning to everyone. There will be public mastication. That C in the word is very important. It's one letter away from another word that is completely different. Oh, we got some cherry blossoms. What is this? Beautiful. Ian, thank you so much for clarifying. So the Eugene, which we're right adjacent to, is a luxury apartment building. Thank you. Very pretty, yeah. Very little secret here at Hudson Yards. TC says that the mastication is the best part of this channel. I know a lot of you like leering as I publicly masticate, so yes, stay tuned. That'll be towards the end of this video. I'm going to show you the best turmeric latte in all of the land. And also some food as well. Flushing Meadows is also in full bloom. Ooh. Thank you so much, Veronica. I did not know that. That's awesome. Rafael, we really liked your World Trade Center video. The sunset was wonderful. My pleasure, Rafael. 18 Shasta, you're coming to New York City in September with a daughter and 4 granddaughters, using the tips I've gotten from you. Can't wait to go. Yeah, can't wait to have you here. This is actually a cool photo opportunity, by the way. Look at this. There we go. That's a cool photo opportunity. The window's a bit distorted, making me look like 6 feet when I'm actually only like 5'2". Grab a brunch, please, says Wendy. Yes, stay tuned towards the end of this video. We are at right now about 33rd Street. So we're gonna walk towards Midtown around 47th Street for our food stop. I actually had a conference here a little bit more than a year ago. It's really cool filming from this space. So here we have the marker of any gentrified neighborhood, the bane of many New Yorkers' existence, but also the love of many other New Yorkers. It's both a treasure and also an omen, a bad one. This is Whole Foods, owned by the mega conglomerate known as Amazon. And they have outdoor seating, which is nice. And they got benches. It's Bezos Market, says Pablo. Indeed, Bezos Market. Indeed it is. Am I near St. Paul's Church? Asks Ali. There's a lot of St. Paul's, but I don't think we are right by the one you're mentioning. I think you're referring to the one in downtown Manhattan. All right, let's step in. I don't think there's any music that plays here. Let's step in. Whole Paycheck Foods. Here we found the Cafe Grumpy. I'm so happy that they have one. So here. No video? Yeah, sure. I'll have it. All right, so security told me no video, which is understandable. A lot of supermarkets are very tough on video. But here we are one more time. Cafe Grumpy right there. Little pro tip. So security told me no video. Supermarkets, for some reason here in the US, I'm not entirely sure why. If anyone does know the reason, do let us know. But this is notorious with any type of person who makes video. Supermarkets are very strict with video. They don't want any video for some reason. But nonetheless, Cafe Grumpy's inside. Check it out. Adam says, what does Whole Foods coffee taste for? I can't speak for the Whole Foods coffee because I haven't tried it. But Cafe Grumpy is another company. Whole Foods has their stall inside, and I really recommend them. It's really, really wonderful. So here we have the Spur, which is part of the High Line. ABX girl, you say it's for safety reasons. Interesting. Yeah, I've always wondered why. I like one time I had a company that wanted to sponsor a Urbanist video, and it was a company that sold reusable shopping bags, and they were interested in the Urbanist audience, and they wanted to pay for a video, and the video was going to be going to the supermarket with their reusable shopping bags. Ever so often I do sponsor posts, and as we were trying to reach out to supermarkets, all of them said no. So it never happened. So I'm still puzzled to why, but I'm not the only one. There's a lot of like other content creators and a bunch of other people who've always been rejected from supermarkets to film videos. Let's try this bench. This bench is very similar. So I think it is the same one from the Highline. So it'll probably be around the same score, but let's try it out. It's here, right by the cherry blossoms, right by Whole Foods. I like it. It's comfy. It's a low back. It's not quite slanted well enough. I think the Highline ones are slanted a little bit better than this one. So it's low back. It's good for reading, and there is a nice breeze. So because there's a wind tunnel that forms around Hudson Yards, it's a perfect breeze. So come here on a very hot day, but don't come here on a very cold day. And there's no bird poo. No bird poo whatsoever, and nope, no human poo, luckily. It's a very nice neighborhood. So I would give this bench a good score of 7.4. This would be a 7.4 bench. Yeah. It's a decent bench. All right, let's go back downstairs. Not as good as the egg, it says Babu. Indeed. 360 video is coming out soon of TWA Airport, by the way. Becky says my jacket is very Beatles-esque. Oh, thank you, Jackie. So, Ali, is there any Dutch Americans in Manhattan since it was a Dutch colony in the 17th century? Well, Dutch families did stay here. A lot of them did. But, yeah, you won't really find anyone who will consider themselves Dutch American if they come back from New Amsterdam times. So, not really. Not really. Let's pass through. Let's actually go through here and let's pass through Hudson Yards. Now, if you hear of a name, last name, something with Von, like Vanderdonk, or if you Delancey, Schermerhorn, there's a lot of these names that are Dutch names that have kind of survived throughout the years. Stuyvesant, there's still Stuyvesants here in New York City. I don't think they would consider themselves Dutch anymore because it's already been 8 generations around there, maybe more. It's like my family, 8-10 generations comes from the Canary Islands. I really don't consider myself a Canary Islander because I have no connection with it. So let's go through the wind tunnel. That is Hudson Yards.
It seems there's a lot to decide on.
Oh, Alexandra, that news is coming out later. But if anyone wants to know what's brewing in the Urbanist laboratory, check out our Instagram, instagram.com/urbanistlive. You'll know what's brewing in the Urbanist laboratory. Babu, where are the Canary Islands? Off the coast of Africa. West Africa. Here's little Spain. Here's Think Coffee. Cafe Grumpy's better. There's also Blue Bottle inside here, which is better, but this is also a very good option. Think Coffee. Also, I'm glad that they now have outdoor seating, which is nice. And they do have good pastries as well. Oh, look at these weird new benches. That's weird. Now these seats are very comfy, the outdoor seating for Little Spain. Oh, interesting. There's no staircase to go directly from here, so we gotta go across the street. Hey, Peter, have some fika. Thank you, Peter. Yeah, at some point I will. We'll fika it up at some point. Is it raining? No. It looks a bit wet, but it hasn't rained yet. Is it cold? Not so much. 56 degrees, around there. Hey, Upper West Sider. So here's the High Line. I've walked it many, many times. So check it out. Right here, right in front of us, is the shed. A structure that moves. This entire thing actually moves up and in, out and in. Niha, I hate climbing upstairs. If only they would construct escalators everywhere. That'd be very nice. Daisy, have you been to Albany? Great question. No, I have not. Oh, they're planting new flowers over here, which is nice. Babu says, such weird architecture, barely feels human. That's a good observation. This type of architecture is called neo-futurism. And you're kind of right. There is a bit of a alien look to it. Shame that the vessel is closed. Yeah, it is closed, unfortunately. It's a nice attraction, especially since it's free. It's fun to walk upstairs to nowhere. When will the vessel be open? I don't know, Adam. That's a great question. I don't know. One day. Is this downtown or Midtown? This is Midtown. People would not consider this downtown. Manhattan is much longer island, but Uptown is more considered above 96th Street. Midtown is considered between about 28th all the way to about 96. Is the shed architecture for art's sake, or is it architecture for urban fabric's sake? Well, you know, it's practicality is to extend the space when they're able to do something more outdoors. That's the point. Or I mean, to crunch the space, compress it. To extend it if it's like raining and they want more indoor space. So yes, there is a practicality to the shed, but how practical it is, because it's only maybe, I don't know, 20, 30 feet that goes back. It's not really that much. So there probably was a cheaper solution for providing both an indoor space and an outdoor space, or a convertible space. Thus, this is more architecture for architecture's sake. So great question, Inspired Life. Is that a mall? Yes, it is. It's a mall. It's the shops at Hudson Yards. Been here many times, but today, let's go further into the west side. Is Hudson Yards a very good place for Madison Square Garden? Asked Adam. Now there's little space. It would not be so economically worth it to build a stadium here, I think. Just because it could be used to way more profit by building apartments and offices. Specifically apartments. So here's the 7 train line. Let's go downstairs. I'll show it to you. All those food trucks are making you hungry, says Michelle. Yeah, I'm hungry myself, so I'm excited to show you some food. So here's a gorgeous mosaic. I'll show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. So here's the cool elevator, which I actually want to show you more of the elevator. Here it is. Okay. Here we can see the shaft of the elevator. Look at this. The elevator goes down on a slope. It's not up-down elevator. It's a sloped elevator. See if we can get on it. That's right. All right, let's try it out. Hopefully there's service here. So here we are going down the, someone said the name of the elevator. Let's see. Funicular train says MR, right? Here we are. Going down. Paul is calling it an inclinator. And it goes super slow. Super slow. This is not up to New Yorkers' speed. This has to go at least 5 times faster in order to justify it for New Yorkers. Yeah, that is. Alright, let's see. Alright, we'll get there eventually. I gotta catch my train. I gotta like make a stock deal in Wall Street. IPOs are dependent on me. Go, go, go. If you're late for a meeting, do not take the elevator. Expired Life says, time to take a nap. Right, indeed, indeed. Time to take a nap. Oh my God, all right. We'll eventually get out. One day. There we go. We eventually have been released from the confines of the inclinator. Susie, I think I would get a little panicky on this thing. Yeah, I feel you. So people are getting out right now on the 7 train. And 7 train is right down here. Michelle says, you could say I'm late because of the elevator. Yeah. The elevator ran late. Here's the 7 train, ladies and gentlemen. Connects you to Main Street, Queens.
This is a Queens-bound 7 local train. The next stop is Times Square, 42nd Street.
Leandro says that's for accessibility. Yes, it is. The elevator is for accessibility. So this station is very accessible. Indeed, it is. And then I think you have to take one more to go to the train level. Nah, this one's scary indeed. Does the 7 train go Flushing? It does indeed. Main Street Flushing is the final stop. This is the first stop. Make sure the other stop, the other end. How far underground is that lower level? Great question, Lynn. Yeah, if anyone knows the exact depth, do let us know. But this is indeed one of the deepest stations. The deepest is Roosevelt Island on the F line. And I think this should be around the top 3 or top 5. Why so deep, MAR? Well, the interesting thing is underneath Hudson Yards is mostly train yards, currently existing train yards. So I'm not entirely sure what is 100% the case, but if I were to make an educated guess, I would say they might be trying to bypass the train yards, so going deeper below the train yards. And it also might have something to do with us being so close to the Hudson River. Also, they might be future-proofing. I don't know if that's 100% the case, but they might be future-proofing in the eventuality that New York City and New Jersey come to a deal and they're able to continue the 7 train into New Jersey, which has been a plan for quite a while. There we go, 7 train, Hudson Yards. Let's continue on our journey. We gotta get to some food eventually, so we're gonna head up above towards Hell's Kitchen. Starting to rain though. Hudson Yards is 125 feet. Thank you so much, Dave. I appreciate you. Is that the new extension? This is the latest train station to be built. Is it? Or did the Q Uptown ones were built after? Around the same time. So this is one of the latest trains to be built. Here's the other entrance and exit. Hey, Gary and Susan. Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Joe, you watched my JFK stream 2 times. Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed it, Joe. Do streamers multiply when it rains? Says a little maybe they do. Right there in the distance is Jacob Javits Center, largest conference center here in New York. Oh, here we have public bathrooms. I didn't know there was public bathrooms here. Might be new. So pro tip, public bathrooms here. So this is Hudson 36, another high-rise apartment development, luxury studios, 1 and 2 bedrooms available. All right, everyone, let's go inside. Let's get ourselves an apartment. It's funny how right next to this high-rise building, there's one of these older 3-story buildings. Is this a condo? Let's see. Adam, what's the difference between the PATH and the New York City subway? PATH goes from Manhattan to New Jersey. So it's mostly to go to New Jersey and from New Jersey. Subways within the 5 boroughs of New York. Or basically the 4 boroughs of New York, because Staten Island is not connected fully. I think this might be a condominium, ladies and gentlemen. Like a very industrial looking townhouse. It doesn't, not even is a condominium, it's a townhouse. Wow, that is such an odd position for a townhouse. So now we're about to see some very interesting high-rise development here. Look at the greenery on this building. Yeah, look, this very strange townhouse. It seems to be a duplex because there's 2 different doors, potentially, with 2 different addresses. Is right next to a view of the train. This is where Amtrak and I think maybe New Jersey Transit, or is it just Amtrak? Amtrak passes through. That is such an interesting look at the backyard. Yeah, this is a fascinating duplex. Knock on the door and ask for a view, says Gary. I think I've gotten that comment a few times. I think people get the wrong impression of New York. You know, New York is not as friendly as you would say in some other cities, where you can knock on someone's door and just ask for a tour. New York is not quite like that. Maybe some people have done it, but it's not so common. It's a bit odd to just randomly knock on someone's door here in New York City. But let me know if any other city is different, because I think there's a few other cities where it is a bit different. I know in Montreal, for example, people barely lock their doors, according to a few videos I've seen. So more condos over here, right down there, kind of brutalist style. Hey, Tongo is tuning in. Welcome. Hey, Veronica, your battery's about to die. Oh no, Veronica. I'll be here when you come back. Indeed, you gotta be fully charged. Susie says you don't knock on my door. Yeah, it's also, I think, quickly becoming like an American thing, where you just don't really knock on people's doors. This is weird. I don't do it personally. I haven't knocked on the door in ages. Ages, I tell you. Tongo, you're enjoying this warmer day. I'm so glad. Tongo, this is your last day, ain't it? I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you got a few good vlogs in. Tongo, for anyone who doesn't know, appeared on my live video from last week where we ate some amazing Puerto Rican food. Yards. And look at all the construction here. Let's actually walk on 10th Avenue. So I think it'll be just a bit more interesting than 9th. The roof deck on the condos must be really cool, says Lona. Yes, some of them might have views of the Hudson, which is nice. Oh, and also views of Empire State Building if they have a clear line of sight. Great show, all three of you, says Wendy, referring to the Puerto Rican food video. And look at this. Here we start to see clear views because the Lincoln Tunnel is constructed right here. So there's nothing really blocking above it for now. Who knows if they actually end up decking over the Lincoln Tunnel area. But here we can see clearly the views of the skyscrapers. We can see Central Park Tower there. So now we are in 10th Avenue, which used to be pretty industrial up until maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Once we start getting to 42nd Street, you're going to see the huge developments that took place. Would any development impact the tunnels? Asked Adam. Great question, Adam. So, there has been a long history in New York City of decking over train tunnels and train yards in order to build massive developments, including most of Midtown Manhattan around Grand Central Terminal. So let me cross over here. There we see. This is a really cool view, actually. Really interesting perspective over here. Here we got Bob and Frank hanging out here. They're meeting up for some food. They're excited. So there's a long history of building developments over train tunnels and over train yards. And Bob just invited all of his friends. That's what happens when you invite Bob over for dinner. He invites everyone. I think the pigeons think I'm someone who feeds them. I don't feed pigeons too much, but for some reason they see me and they're like, "Oh, this guy has food." Stay tuned, guys. I'll be finding the food in about 15 minutes. Stay tuned. Hold your horses. So there's a possibility that they might do the same thing here with the tunnel. Possibility. I'm not entirely sure what the construction elements are because tunnels, I think, at least with cars, require a lot more bigger vents. And we have another one. So car tunnels have bigger vents, so that might be one of the impediments of making like a huge new neighborhood over here. But who knows? It could happen. I would say there's going to come a point in New York City where there's going to be a need for development in the middle of Manhattan. And we're not out of empty space yet. Places like these could have a new skyline in 10 to 15 years. Pigeons see your hands moving and they think you're throwing food at them. Yeah, maybe here they are. Let me. The pigeons are very smart creatures, actually. So And they recognize faces. They're one of the few animals that could emotionally connect to someone or recognize them via their face and their actions. All right, let's continue walking through. We'll let Bob follow us to the food stop. And hi, we'll join you on Saturday, my birthday today. Hey, who is this? Claire. Everyone wish Claire a very, very happy birthday. Claire has been watching for quite a while. Everyone wish Claire a very, very happy birthday. Happy birthday, Claire from New York City. Hope you're having a blast. Hope you're having some good cake or some good pastries. Mary says maybe they like being on camera. Oh yeah, Bob definitely does. His Bobettes are a bit shy, but he definitely does. So here we have more of the structure of the Lincoln Tunnel. I wonder what this is. Oh, this is like a parking lot in the Lincoln Tunnel. Interesting. By the way, if you want Bob merch, you can do so. There's Bob and Earl the Squirrel merch at teespring.com/stores/urbanist. You can buy your own Bob mug or your Bob tote or your Bob t-shirt. Or if you have a little kid, I have Bob toddler shirts as well. Any fancy hot dog carts? Asked Babu. Great question. I haven't seen a fancy hot dog cart in quite a while. Shake Shack actually started as a fancy hot dog cart many years ago. But no, nothing I can recall off the top of my head. If anyone knows, do let us know. There's Bob onesies, yeah, but they're for toddlers. No adult Bob onesies yet. Maybe one day soon. So here we're getting at 41st Street. Wow, what is that? Oh, let's cross the street. Let's go. I see a church. I gotta run to the church. Everyone, I see a church. I see a church. This is serious business. You see a church? Yeah, we gotta stop by. There's no way I'm not showing the church. Look at this. Wow, this is so cool. St. Cyril and Methodius and St. Raphael. Quite a mouthful. St. Cyril and Methodius and St. Raphael. Catholic Church. Croatian. Oh, zdravo. This is a Croatian Catholic Church. Interesting. Really cool. Hey, Joe. Some people run away from the church. Touche, Joe. Any coffee shops coming up soon? Daryl. Can you tell the difference? No, I can't. Sorry, not right now. So this is a Croatian church right over here. Yes, you can go in. Let's see if we can go in. Let's see. I see all the gates are closed, unfortunately. Which is such a bummer. Can you show a synagogue one day? I've shown synagogues before. beautiful. Oh, wonderful. The details, yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. Hidden all the way back here. I wonder how old it is. I don't see any date anywhere. Beautiful rose window. Too bad it's closed. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this church is really out of the way, so no doubt why it's closed. All right, let's continue on towards 42nd Street. Show you new developments there. Is this a cathedral? No, it isn't. Easy peasy. Not at all. Roadrunner, I would love to show a mosque. There's a few here in New York City. But you'll probably see BC a mosque if I'm able to whenever I go to Istanbul. Definitely would love to show the Blue Mosque over there. Stefan says, interesting that there's a church in Hell's Kitchen. There's a lot of them. There's actually a famous one a little bit further down, around 8th and 42nd Street this way, called Church of the Holy Cross. It's because Hell's Kitchen, now we're entering Hell's Kitchen, used to be a predominantly Irish American neighborhood for many decades. After the Irish started leaving, it was predominantly Puerto Rican and also Italian American. And all those three ethnicities, backgrounds, are all predominantly Catholic. Down that way is Times Square. And here we have the Silver Towers, the other ones, not to be confused with the ones by I M Pei in Greenwich Village. These were the very first high-rise development after 8th Avenue. One of the very first high-rises general in this area of West Manhattan. And we're starting to see more. Christy, why do they call it Hell's Kitchen? Great question. I bet a few people already know the answer. So there's a lot of theories, but the main theory, and the most popular one, is that there was a police officer on patrol with his partner, who was a lower rank than him. His partner really didn't know the neighborhood, so yeah, indeed I am, man. How's it going? His partner was a lower rank and he didn't know the neighborhood too well. So as they're walking around, the partner says, "Oh, is this a dangerous area? Just like the Tenderloin or further below?" And he's like, yeah, it pretty much is a very dangerous neighborhood. Wow, so this must be like hell. And the older police officer says, "Hell's a mild climate. This is Hell's Kitchen." Because it's a lot hotter than hell. That is the main theory. Trisha says, thought cause it was all the restaurants. You would think so, but no. That is a good assertion, but no. I thought the same thing when I was younger, before I started really researching New York City history. But now there is indeed a lot of restaurants. But not so hellish. So now, we're in Hell's Kitchen. Let's see what we find in Hell's Kitchen. This is the area that was known for the Westies gang. Indeed it was, the Irish mob. Oh yeah. Upper West Sider says, is it named after Gordon Ramsay? Great question. I think it might be the reverse. I think Gordon Ramsay might have named his show as alluding to the neighborhood, but I'm not entirely sure. Here we got some Parisian Le Prive, some French food. Here we got some Mexican, La Casa del Toro. Here we got some pizza, the Marshall. Says farm to pizza. Ah, interesting. Here we got condos. Will you live on the major avenue? Let me know. Am I going to Coney Island? One Chris. So, Chris, you want me to go Coney Island like right now? It's gonna be a long journey. If I get there walking, it'll probably be, I don't know, like 10 hours, maybe a little bit more. Actually, Brooklyn's long, so it might be like a good like 30-hour walk around there. Let me know. Let me know if you want to go to Coney Island. I can't do it by car. No, that'll be boring. We gotta do it walking. If we go to Coney Island today, we gotta do it walking. We can't do a car. That's good. Sharon says a good movie that gives a lot of Hell's Kitchen a story is Gangs of New York. Gangs of New York mostly takes place in 5 Points. It does not take place in Hell's Kitchen. A lot of the Irish that were evicted because of the major reconstruction projects, and a lot of them just started making more money as well, started moving towards Hell's Kitchen after the events of Gangs of New York. So while there were Irish here at that time, it was more so right after. Janice says auto-generated captions are pretty funny. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Let's see. Is it nearly coffee time? Oh yeah, we're just around the corner. Quite literally. Let's go down this way, actually. We're just around the corner, quite literally. Hey Anita, we're in Hell's Kitchen. Google says it's 5 hours. Ah, to walk to Coney Island, it's not that long. Wow, one can walk that quick? I guess because you can take the, you can walk on Eastern Parkway. Thank you for letting us know. Movie State of Grace was supposed to take place in the area. Ah, good question, yeah. Haven't seen it, but I bet there's a few Hell's Kitchen movies out there. There might be I'm not sure if there's a movie about New Yorkers in Hell's Kitchen. It would be nice if there were.
Your wrist gonna get tired by 5 minutes.
All right, here's more of the tenement buildings. So these used to be the most dangerous areas in all of New York City. Oh, there's a hookah bar here. Horace 2. Interesting. Here's another church, St. Clement's Church, Episcopal. Much more humble. But now it's a theater. Virginia, I don't understand your question. Feel free to ask it again, if you can clarify. I wonder if property prices are kicking up. I wouldn't doubt it. New York City, it's quite high property values. Restaurant Row is nearby. It says, call me Mr. Cully. Hey, Mr. Cully. Yes, this right here is Restaurant Row. Restaurant Row. I'll zoom in. Well, we're going 1 block over. Is this area still dangerous? No. No. I mean, as you notice if you go after 10th Avenue, right around the tunnel, it's a bit shady. There's a few shady characters. So just a fair warning. But otherwise, the neighborhood really isn't. The neighborhood's very safe. Will not ask, are we having donuts? No. Sir Nike asks if I read the chat. No, I never read the chat. I'm solely having conversations by myself. Did they actually film the Netflix series Daredevil in Hell's Kitchen? Ah, great question, Jose. I love that question. So this is Daredevil's neighborhood in the comic books. But no, it was not filmed here. They might have filmed a few snippets. I think they filmed like Kingpin's office in this area, but Daredevil was mostly filmed in Williamsburg, and there's a lot of shots also in Long Island City. So no, not fully shot on location. All right. Oh, look at this, the mural. All right. All right, everyone. We have arrived. That was a tour through the very far west side of Manhattan. The walking portion has ended. Now we're going to enjoy a little bit of food and one of the best turmeric lattes in all of New York City. And at the end, I'll show you exactly where we are. I'll tell you the exact address. I gotta put on some music. Bear with me. All right. So I ordered quite a bit of food so we can try a variety of 2 different things. And you're gonna see the best turmeric latte in all of New York City. Love the Journey Quest music. Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed the music. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm a great director. So I put the camera down on the floor just to make it easier to pay and everything. So yeah, that's why I put the camera all the way down at the floor. I will be showing the food soon. So I got this for dessert, a gluten-free brownie. Stay tuned for that. I think I gotta take off my jacket because it's really, really hot. And they tell you when the food is ready. So I tried the coffee here. I'm not gonna have the coffee today with this place, but I would recommend it overall because it is absolutely amazing. If you want to see the episode where we do try the coffee, watch the episode that I did with Walk, Ride, Fly, Action Kid, and the New York City Walking Show. And you'll see the amazing coffee adventure that we had here. But today I'm going to show you something a little bit different, which is a turmeric latte. But before I do, as I'm waiting for the food, let me show you them making this mural, which is really cool. Yeah, Jay Scarrow, yeah, it's purely vegan. It is purely vegan. It is, yeah. Yeah, it's purely vegan, which is really great. And wait for the turmeric latte. Turmeric lattes don't sound anything special, but oh, you'll be blown away. And that was a great collab, says Sunshine. Oh, so glad you think so. Did you get anything for Passover? I am not of the Jewish faith. I was raised Catholic, so my family, almost my entire family was raised Roman Catholic. But we really don't celebrate either Catholic nor anything else. In terms of celebration, maybe just Christmas, maybe Three Kings Day because it's kind of a Puerto Rican thing. Any more collaborations with those guys? Stay tuned. Yeah, there'll be the Avengers Endgame level collaboration. And I hope there's a music fade out when you turn off the music. Yeah, I wish I could add a fade out, but I can't because of the app. The app doesn't have that ability to do like a fade out for music. What's the name of the tune? It reminded me of Cowboy Bebop. The name of the tune is Urbanist, the main theme. Urbanist main theme. And I'm glad it reminds you of Cowboy Bebop because it is intentionally paying homage to Cowboy Bebop and the musical stylings of Lalo Schifrin, who's responsible for Enter the Dragon. Probably also inspired the composer of Cowboy Bebop. So yeah, I'm so glad that it reminded you of Cowboy Bebop. May I get a coffee, please, says Abdo. Yes, you may. I mean, their coffee is absolutely mind-blowing. I'm a bit coffeeed out. I've been drinking way too much coffee because I've been working a freelance gig and just consuming copious amounts of coffee. So I'm a bit kind of coffeeed out. But that's why I get turmeric latte when I'm coffeeed out. It's highly, highly worth it. But we're getting some fresh food, so that's why we're waiting. Can you do a fade out on music apps? The apps do it automatically. The music pretty much, since a full song, there's a natural ending to the song. Thank you to everyone who has pressed the like and love button. Yes, if you are on Facebook, Facebook is a bit tough. It's showing my videos a lot less. I'm not entirely sure why. It happens. It's the comes and goings of internet algorithms. YT is a lot more kinder, but on FB, press that love or that wow face. I might say press that like button, but on FB, it's better the love or the wow face, and sharing as well. If you really love this show, want to see it grow, you can do those things. and that's the biggest help. Not just for me, but to continue providing all of you amazing entertainment. Because if you're watching, you probably think it's good entertainment. If you're watching and not liking it, then why are you here? Is it cacao turmeric latte? No, I didn't get a cacao one. I think they have a cacao drink, but not mixed with turmeric. I don't think turmeric and cacao usually are mixed together. Joe always shares on Facebook. I'm so glad you do, Joe. Can you show the POV from that sea? Yes. A truck. And someone painting a mural, which is really cool. Very beautiful mural. The guy is taking a time lapse. Is this rain yet? No, it hasn't. Oh my God, this is magnetic. So cool. Hey, awesome, thanks. Yeah, my pleasure. So feel free to ask me anything as we wait over here for the food. It's about to start pouring rain, but that's okay. There's an umbrella right above my head, which is nice. Oh shit. I should have asked for vegan milk. Oh. I don't like my turmeric latte with regular milk. Oh. Be right back. I gotta do a milk emergency. Whew, that was a close call. All right, I got it in time. Whew. I was about to experience real milk. Now it's a 70s cop show. Indeed, milk emergency. Oh yeah, that was quite a milk emergency right there, ladies and gentlemen. She was like shocked. She was like, "Oh my God, what happened?" Love to see a piano sheet of this. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can make one. I don't know the song. You're sitting close to the road. Indeed, I am. I mean, there's really no other choice. There's no other seating. Yeah, that's what I gotta do. New York City, sometimes you can't get too picky. Though there are coffee shops that have a little bit closer seating to the restaurant itself, but this is kind of a tight space for them. I'm glad that I at least put some chairs. Is there a Ukrainian part to New York City? Yes, the Ukrainian part of New York City is located along 9th Street in the East Village. So 2nd Avenue and 9th Street is the Ukrainian area. Hey, Manny Explorers, nice to see you here. Adam, what am I doing for April 1st? Stay tuned tomorrow, 1 p.m. for a special video. 1 p.m. April Fools. Do you like afternoon tea? I don't really drink too much tea here in the US. I usually default to coffee. The only tea I drink most is peppermint, so it's a herbal tea. You can find that basically anywhere. I usually don't justify the cost of buying it anywhere because it's a lot cheaper just buy a huge box or tin of peppermint and just making it at home. You end up saving way more money. So yeah, I buy tea. If it's like very late at night and I want to go to a coffee shop, I'll buy a peppermint tea, which is non-caffeinated. Do you get something good? I did. It's made to order, so that's why we're waiting. I like that little microphone. Ah, someone spotted it. Yeah, it's a tiny little microphone. It's called a lavalier mic. What's the best poke in New York? Great question. Best poke. So poke is something that comes from Hawaii, inspired by East Asian cuisine, where it's a rice bowl, usually with rice. You can also order with salad or farro and other things. And it has raw fish and a lot of veggies that are more East Asian / Hawaiian veggies. And you'll see a lot of pickled veggies, for example, like kimchi. So there's a lot of great poke places. I haven't been to one that's like so mind-blowing that I had to give you a top recommendation. But Pokeworks is really good. The one I really like the most, because it's easiest to kind of order and they're all around, it's called Poke Spot. Steelers, what is vegan milk? Vegan milk is non-dairy milk, so milk that's not made either from a cow, a goat, or a sheep, or any type of animal. So it's nut milks, soy milks. There is also coconut milk as well. Wendy says raw fish. Oh, no. Yeah, and these poke spots, you can now get it with chicken. So if you're turned off by raw fish, you can still get it with good chicken. There's places with chicken katsu, which is fried chicken cutlet, I mean. And it's like lightly fried, it's not like a greasy fried chicken. That's big. And hello. I don't think I've seen you get Mediterranean food on the stream. Great question, AR. I have. I've done tours of Mediterranean food. Not on YT, but about like 2-3 years ago, I did a food tour, a few of them with a Greek New Yorker, and he took me to all the top Greek spots in Astoria, Queens. That was really fun. I don't do too much Greek because there's not that much Greek to just bump into. But I actually covered a coffee shop that's nearby, 42nd Street, 43rd Street, and 9th Avenue. And it's called GT Coffee? I forgot what was the name. I think it was called GT Coffee. And it's really good. It's a Greek-owned coffee shop. And actually featured Greek also recently in Astoria, Queens. I went to another Greek coffee shop. And had the Spanakopatia. Might be mispronouncing that. Okay, I was just chatting with the owners. So lovely people. I wish I could have captured the conversation, but they're playing very loud hip hop music. But they were telling me that Netflix has approached them wanting to film the space, which is really, really interesting. Really interesting. So there was actually a misunderstanding. They thought I ordered 2 lattes. So they actually gave me like a gift certificate to get one later. But I just said, hey, just give me a cold brew. So I ended up getting a cold brew and this as well, turmeric latte. But first, let me show you the food, which I'm so excited. So let's do an unboxing. We got one. I need I need fork. Actually, let me see if they have a fork inside. Probably not. I'm so excited for this. Oh my God. Oh, they even gave an extra brownie. Wow, okay, that's really awesome. But I gotta get myself a fork. So stay tuned. I just, these shows are a lot easier with a second person, especially outdoors. I can't just leave my stuff. So now I gotta bring my stuff, get the fork, and put on my mask, be back, and turn off the music as well. I'll be back. All right, cool, finally. Upper West Side, no, it wasn't real milk emergency. It was just no food. That wee dog was trying to steal my food. It happens, it happens. So, let's open this up. We got a lot of food here. Ooh, crazy amount of food. Luckily, I'm hungry. So we got, look, they even gave an orange. Oh my God, these guys. Wow, I'm not gonna eat all of this. I'm gonna save. They give you an orange with their meal. They even gave a brownie. That's so awesome. And here's their sauce. It's all vegan. So no meat products used in here. And no cheese either. So we got a cheesy sandwich, but no cheese used in this one. So here's our first dish. Oh my God, look at this. Avocado tuna melt. Look at that. Oh my God. So I'm gonna take off half of this. Vegan tuna avocado melt. So excited for this. Put this over here. I'm gonna save this for later. Oh, having packaging issues. Wait up. Okay. I'm so excited for this. But before I do, let's open up this one as well. And here, oh my God, they even gave a muffin. Oh, these guys, whoa, they gave a muffin as well. And another little orange for this one. Wow, they're so kind. It's truly great service. And here we have an avocado toast with beet hummus. Look at that. Oh, I'm so excited for this. This is gonna be a hearty, hearty meal. I'm gonna save this also for later, and this for later as well. So truly impressive. So truly impressive meal that they gave here. Massive sandwich. You know, usually when you order a sandwich, the total came out to $46. But me basically eating for 2 people. That's why it's a bit more expensive. So you can anticipate if you're eating here a meal, you'll probably spend about $20. Which is not too bad. So the sandwich is massive. And some chocolate. Follow me. All right. Oh my God. So, this is vegan cheese. I don't know what it is. Well, it's very good. It even has the greasiness of the cheese itself, of the like original cheese. This is really good vegan cheese. So I think the tuna is real. So this is real tuna. So it's not fully vegan. It's not fully vegan, which is okay. I eat meat. So pescatarian. Oh yeah, this is truly a great sandwich. So we have can't tell what specific green this is, but it's nice and cooked, the green. We have some avocado as well. The bread, great multi-grain bread, very soft, easy to eat. Great tuna that they used. They're not, so since it is pretty much vegetarian, I don't think they're using a creamy sauce. Instead, they're using something else. Somehow they made the sauce also creamy like a regular tuna melt. It's absolutely amazing. If I didn't know this was a vegetarian location, I would not be able, pescatarian, I would not be able to tell that this is a pescatarian tuna melt. They put this kind of tomato sauce on it that gives it this nice little tiny kick, which is good. Let me lock up my bag because I get so into the food, get distracted. All right. The only bit I could eat would be the tuna and the cheese, says K. Why is that K? Is it vegan tuna? I don't think so. I honestly can't tell. That's something I'll ask after this broadcast. But I honestly can't tell. But let's try it. I'm going to leave the turmeric latte for dessert. Let's try the cold brew. Was lacto-vegetarian for 25 years, says Susan. Wow, Susan, that's quite a lot. Let's try the cold brew. Oh yeah, this is a cold brew. Wow. So they make their cold brew. I was speaking to the owners, and they make their cold brew twice a week. So they do actual steeping of their own cold brew. It's not, they don't buy it wholesale from like Stumptown or La Colombe. It's very good. It's more of a kind of a lighter, sweeter cold brew. No sugar here, just the coffee itself is a little bit on the sweeter end. And yeah, a bit more sweeter, a little bit lighter. It's more similar to a La Colombe, so very, very typical American style. Delicious. Hey Stephanie, nice to see you here. What made you stop? I think you're referring to someone else. Maria, I'm interested in that turmeric drink. You're gonna find out about it soon. Live cold brews, indeed. Looks dark as fuck. Yeah, dark as F, yeah. So this is a dark roasted coffee that they use. So not as light as other American style cold brews, say from Stumptown or La Colombe, if you're familiar with American style coffee. Or this is a bit darker than even Starbucks. Who made the sandwich? This place. I'll show you the name afterwards. Stay tuned. Panera bread is insanely expensive in Canada. Oh, it is? Oh, no. And hey, Stephanie, you're having surgery. Stephanie, do you feel better? Our super chat's down. I don't know. I'm not sure. Are they down? If anyone is interested in supporting the show, it helps support these food adventures so I can show you more of these places. Highly recommend becoming a patron or leaving a PayPal. So this is really good. I'm gonna take one more bite before I bite into this beet hummus avocado toast.
Yeah, he decks it, but then he just he didn't fall.
This is truly heavenly. Truly, truly heavenly. Highly recommend that avocado, tuna melt avocado sandwich. Oh, actually, I forgot the dip. What is this dip? Let's see. Let's see. Ooh. Mmm. Mmm. Dining in New York. This is a great dip. It tastes a little bit minty. Tastes a little bit minty. Mmm. Mmm. A bit minty and a bit spicy. Can't tell what it's made out of. Maybe cilantro. Can't really tell, but really good dip. Really good dip. That guy agrees. Yes, the guy honking the horn does agree. Maybe it's an avocado dip. Yeah, maybe. There's a little bit of mintiness to it. I'm not sure where the mintiness is coming from. A good mintiness, not a artificial one. Artificial mint tastes horrible. I usually hate it, but a fresh mintiness. All right, let's try this avocado toast. Frank, nice music before. It's Urbanist, the original soundtrack. Watch out for Steven the Seagull. He might snatch it from your hand. Steven the Seagull does not venture this far into Manhattan. He's more of a waterfront guy. Stephanie says, thank you, Ariel. Everyone, give Stephanie some good vibes. Give some hearts to Stephanie. She's gonna have surgery this Friday. She's been a mod for quite a while and a super urbanist as well. So Stephanie, I hope you recover quickly. Hopefully it all goes very smooth. I know it will. Everyone give some hearts. Let's try an avocado toast. I'm not gonna even use utensils for this. Let's try it out. Ooh, this looks so good. So again, great multi-grain bread, soft, so it's easy to eat quick. This is not a time-intensive avocado toast. This is not an avocado toast where you require a steak knife, like you do in some brunch restaurants, because their bread is so thick and the crust is so thick that you require a lot more work. There's a lot less time-intensive avocado toast. The avocado is pretty simple. It's not too seasoned, so there's not really any, I don't think there's that much lemon or lime on it. So you're pretty much tasting the avocado itself. And they used really great avocado. So look how green that is. Also, they have this topping that looks like an everything topping from a bagel. So we got poppy seeds. Do we have, is it black sesame? I can't really tell. Poppy seeds, sesame seeds. There appears to be pumpkin seeds as well. Is there a poached egg? No, I don't think this place has eggs. No, this place doesn't have eggs, and it's starting to rain. It's multi-grain bread. Yes, it is brown bread. Fresh. So it doesn't taste like a packaged bread. The beet, it's a beet hummus. So it's a hummus made out of beets. What speaks the loudest here is not the avocados, nor the topping, it's the beet hummus. It has a very strong taste to it. Very good, I think. Very different from what I would expect the avocado toast to taste like, because the beet hummus is so loud in this combination. This is really good. This is really good. This also feels very hearty and very healthy. I don't feel like slogged down after eating this, which is nice. This is so good. I would recommend the tuna melt first. That tuna melt is exceptional. I think they really stick out on that tuna melt. It's something I haven't tried that often in New York City, where it's not filled to the brim with butter and milk and cream. Great tuna melt. This, pretty damn good. More of a basic avocado toast. Pretty damn good. But that tuna melt, it's amazing. I would recommend both, but get the tuna melt. It's very unique. Now, they were not shy with avocado, because sometimes these places put way too little avocado on their toast. Here, I think it's a whole avocado that they put in here. Yep, looks like it, the whole avocado. You're making me hungry. I'm glad, so feel free to ask me anything. We're gonna try that turmeric latte. It's about to start raining, so I'm gonna move the table so I can be more underneath the umbrella. This is gonna be fun. He knows that we are hungry, says, yes, indeed I do. I was hungry myself. I was really hungry. I had a small breakfast. I had a banana for breakfast. So I had a very small breakfast. Stephanie asks, how old was I when I first visited the city alone? So I grew up here. I used to visit the city all the time with my parents and family members. And then I started coming in with friends by myself without like adult supervision. We would come starting around the age of 12. Around when I was 12 years old. Maybe it's a little bit later than other kids, because we grew up in Jackson Heights, Queens. Hey, Winfred, thank you so much for Winifred for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Winifred. Winifred is sponsoring this meal. So at 12, I started coming here with friends. You might meet other New Yorkers that started coming here a little bit earlier, or grew up in Manhattan and were already wandering the streets at like 6 or 7. But when I started really going on my own, because I love exploring, I love walking, but that bug really kicked in a little bit later for me. So I started really exploring on my own in my early 20s, is when I really started like all the time going on my own. Of course, I would go to the city on occasion when I was in high school, but it's in my early 20s when I started just exploring and walking for hours on end. And let me mute. Someone playing random music out there in the world. they're like the worst enemy of a live streamer is the random dudes or gals now with huge boom boxes. And greetings from Russia. Hello, Don Dude. Nice to see you here. I was 13 when I took the subway and headed with friends, says Mario. Yeah, I think that's around the age for many people. Same thing with Susie. Okay, everyone, are you excited for this turmeric latte? Let me know. I'm in love. I'm in love with this. Absolutely amazing. Your music is so loud when you turn it on. I can't control the volume, unfortunately. I'm streaming, so for everyone that wants to know, I'm streaming on my phone. And I have an app called Prism Live Studio, but streaming on the phone does have its limitations. Just like I can't really, it's hard to mic up if I'm with more than 3 people or 4 people. It starts getting very difficult to have everyone on the same microphone. There's no option to change the music. There's no option to do fade outs. I wish there were, and maybe soon there will be, but there is limitations. And also, as a live streamer, I'm paying attention to a bunch of different things because I'm still in the city. So there's cars right next to me. There's people coming past by the sidewalk, sometimes trying to get my attention, or sometimes getting a little bit too close to the camera for comfort. There's all these factors happening. Plus I'm talking about food. So just so everyone knows what it means to be a live streamer. That's why you're gonna see a little bit more rawness than you see with a vlog. A vlog, I can edit all that stuff out. I can edit the being distracted by a car. I can edit waiting for the food. I can edit some weird person coming on. I can edit in awesome conversation. I can do all this stuff on a vlog, but you can't do this on live video. But that's part of the beauty of live video. Kathy, you like the music? Oh, I'm so glad you do. Do you prefer masticating alone? Do I prefer masticating alone or with company? So for clarification, for anyone who doesn't know, we've already used the word mastication a few times. If English is not your first language, masticating means to chew. To chew. It doesn't have a B in it. Very different word if it has a B in it. So, do I like masticating alone or with company? Both, either. There's some company that is just very weird to masticate with. You know, there's sometimes people you eat with that are just way too talkative, and they're talkative in a way where they want you to look at them, they want you to engage. That's probably the worst type of person to eat with. They're not bad to hang out with, but to eat with, it gets tricky, because if you're with someone who's just wanting to talk all the time and just trying to get your attention, and then you're like looking down your food and they're like moving the gaze to get your gaze because they want you to pay attention, they want to keep on talking, they want to keep the conversation going, keep blah, 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 blah. There's no eating to be done. And then there is the type of company when it comes to food where they're just super quiet. And that's like no fun either. But at least it's a little bit better because you at least get to eat your food. Let me know. What's your thoughts on mastication? I'm not very fond of mastication sounds, says SF Fields. You're eating with 500 people. We got 500 people tuning in on this broadcast. Wow. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Should I just keep on trucking along? I kind of want to eat more of this avocado toast. I'm feeling very full. That's a good thing about masticating with company, is if you masticate with company, you get them feeling very full very quickly, because you're just like kind of chatting and just having a good time. And you don't realize, oh wow, I barely ate. Some people have a condition where they can't handle mastication. Indeed. Love your channel. All right, I'm gonna have one more bite of this before I get into this turmeric latte. Oh yeah. This is a really good avocado toast. Now I'm brimming with energy, ready to take on the day. Hey, is it easy for people to relocate in New York? I would recommend watching a channel like Cash Jordan for more of those topics about apartments and real estate. All right. This, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the most mind-blowing turmeric lattes I've ever had here in New York City, period. They have a huge variety of different milks. I end up getting this one with coconut milk, but you can have it with any type of milk. Doesn't matter. Oat, almond, soy, etc. Turmeric is a root that is used for a lot of medicinal use, but it's also used as the base for most curries. A curry, in essence, is based with turmeric. Sometimes people might make a curry that doesn't have turmeric, but that's for another discussion. Also, what turmeric latte has is usually ginger. Sometimes it has black pepper. This one doesn't. It's with ginger. And a lot of people, sometimes they call it a golden latte. So let's try it out. Oh my God. Wow. Oh. This is divine. Divine. So you get the kick of the turmeric. But when I had this a few days ago, and if you're not already, you want to see random recommendations, I'm being more active on Instagram lately. Check out Instagram, and you can learn more about foods. I had this a few days ago. I was absolutely blown away. That guy agrees. So, it's so flavorful. I'm not sure what turmeric they're using. Probably using a very good turmeric, because you can use a very bad, low quality turmeric. It's like buying bad black pepper or bad coffee. You can buy a good turmeric powder. And I was so puzzled because this tasted fresh, and I thought they were using fresh turmeric, which is kind of, that would be very expensive generally. So I was completely like blown away. How did this taste so fresh? And the reason is, it's not fresh turmeric because that'll be crazy expensive. That'll be really kind of going above and beyond. What they're using is fresh ginger. So they use fresh ginger and they use a honey. I think it's a local honey that gives a very unique flavor to it. So it is absolutely amazing. This combination of honey and fresh ginger, which you really don't find in most turmeric lattes. Most turmeric lattes will give you just some ginger powder, but this, they use some fresh ginger. And the good thing about fresh ginger, it's not so acidic. So the downside of a turmeric latte, most of them, they can get very acidic because they're using ginger powder. Turmeric itself is a bit acidic, but that ginger, ginger powder, it hits hard. So you gotta be very kind of light with it. But this, with that fresh ginger, you get that kick, but it ain't wrecking your intestines, so to speak. This is loving your intestines. Good love to your intestines with this turmeric latte. There's a lot of medicinal value to this as well. I'm not a medical channel, but for my personal opinion, my own personal life, I love drinking turmeric because of its health benefits. Wow, that's so good. So if you have any last remaining questions, feel free to ask. I'll show you the name of the place. I'm gonna see if I can collaborate with my friend Action Kid. Stay tuned. Maybe today, maybe in a few days. Stay tuned for that. Is there ice in it? Yes, this is an iced turmeric latte. You can order it hot if you want to. But yeah, it's iced. Lowers inflammation. Yeah, turmeric main health benefit is lower inflammation. Hopefully it can also lower inflation. That'll be nice. Turmeric tea is good, yes. Ariel, will you announce the big news now? Says Alexandra. Do you guys want to know what's brewing in the Urbanist laboratory? Do you prefer iced or hot? I prefer iced turmeric lattes. It's my favorite way of consuming them. Yeah, hot is nice, especially for a cold day, but I like iced. Turmeric is good for fighting cancer. Yes, there's anti-carcinogen properties. And are you going to be the next Bachelor? Says SF Fields. Maybe. Will you want me to be the guy in The Bachelor? I don't fit the profile. A bit too hipster for The Bachelor, I think. They usually go for clean-cut guys. You know, clean cut with nice haircut, clean shaven, very kind of classically handsome. I'm a bit too hipster for them, a bit too cool. What's the profile? Says Mun. This turmeric has a very earthy taste to it. A bit of a kick. Think of curry. That's the taste of turmeric. Maria says, no, we need Ariel single. We don't know. We won't want anyone holding him back from streaming, says Maria. I would strictly only date someone who loves video as well. Either appearing on it or just letting me do my own thing, or even fully collaborating and helping me film. That is my criteria. Would not date anyone who does not like video at all. That person is not for me. Mun says, what is a hipster? Hipster is basically people you see in Brooklyn, major cities in the US, major cities also in Europe. A lot more beards, for men, a lot more beards, glasses, thick frame glasses specifically, longer hair usually, undercuts is very popular for men who are kind of in that hipster aesthetic, or kind of more bushy or longer hair as well. It's a general term. It's, but it is different from someone who's more clean cut, which you see a different kind of portion of the younger generation that way. An alternative, yes. You help me relax while fighting lymphoma. Oh, Kathy, I love your channel. Thank you. Try the fast food Filipino place in Times Square. Did the new Jollibee open in Times Square? I mean, there was the one right outside Times Square, but was there one on Times Square? I heard about this, that they're opening right in the middle of Times Square. I might go. Stay tuned. I mean, one of my most popular videos ever is Jollibee in Times Square. So, how much do haircuts cost in New York? Asked Rusty. Great question. I spend $40 for my haircuts. $35 plus I get $5 tip. So $35 is the haircut price. We're in Hell's Kitchen. Oh yes. Hell's a mild climate. We're in Hell's Kitchen, ladies and gentlemen. And I can't believe The Bachelor is still on. Yes, indeed it is. I'm noticing a few gray hairs. Am I going to turn into a silver fox? I think I am. I am indeed. I have an undercut, but I have gray streaks now here and forming here as well. So I'm looking a little bit like Mr. Fantastic. For some random reason, I'm looking like Mr. Fantastic. I'm not sure why. If you don't know who Mr. Fantastic is, search Fantastic Four. It's the main guy. You'll see his hair. That's basically my hair in a few years. I thought the undercut was to favor the shape of your head. It is. You are fantastic, says Lori. No, you are fantastic. You're all fantastic. Men age well. You look amazing, says Tam. Thank you so much, Tam. I know exactly where he is, but I won't blast the spot. Yes, I'll let everyone know exactly the spot. Hair's looking fab. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And Alexandra says, Ariel's a very handsome man. My dad, executive producer of the Car Tours, has gray hair. Indeed he does. Rosemary, hello. All right. Whew, I'm full. But I'm going to continue eating all this amazing food. Let me give an announcement. I'll show you what's cooking. What's cooking good looking? Is it going to pop up? Yes, it is. Everyone, stay tuned for a new album that's coming out. It's coming out in a few weeks. Is already set. I already got all the songs. It's gonna be quite an epic album. It's gonna be much longer. It's gonna be all lo-fi music. So the intention is not really to have music for the foreground, like I did with the original soundtrack. But we're using the original soundtrack, we're taking pieces from it and making a lo-fi album. And the reason I'm making a lo-fi album is because while I already have my music for like the main music, for like intro sequences, for like going into restaurants, montages, I wanted to have music that works for background music, really good background music. So you're gonna listen, you're gonna see a whole new album that's all 20 songs of lo-fi. Very relaxing, very beautiful, and very chill. Stay tuned for that. It's gonna be a wonderful time showing you all these wonderful songs. There's some awesome surprises, including a beautiful piece with the amazing cello. Oh yeah, I got some cello on this, real cello. So I'm so excited for that. Are you going to use it all the time while walking? This one I will. This music will be a lot more easier to use when riding in the car and having it in the background, when doing a live stream at home, playing it on a speaker nearby, and doing videos, edited vlogs, and putting it underneath my speaking. And if you want to know what the songs are, there's already a few of them did appear in the New York City grid system video, so check out that video. You'll recognize, or you'll know what a few of those songs are. So stay tuned for that, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Who made the illustration? This illustration was made by a wonderful woman based in Russia who actually made the very first Urbanist merchandise collection called the Rome Urbanist. And this illustration is based off of that. So I will be posting more about her soon. So stay tuned. Again, on my Instagram. And this is a cue for me to There we go. So that is a little sample of the song coming up. I had to mute it because there was a car passing through with very loud popular music. Is that real trumpet? That song is a real trumpet, but it is a sample. It's a sample. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. There's going to be some real trumpet in that album indeed. Not with that specific song, but a few others. Everyone, keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. How did I meet the illustrator? Asked Mun. Oh my God. Should I tell you that story before I go? It's kind of really, it's a really weird, unique story. I was about to head out, but you just asked a great question. Vote now. I can save it for another live stream. I see you next time, says Thomas. Thank you so much, Thomas. Thank you, bye, says Colleen. All right. I got 10% battery left. Okay, I'm gonna tell this story. It's gonna be real quick. I have like a longer version, one of my other videos. I was in Rome back in 2019, October 2019, I did a Rome live video. And there was one particular day, it was like my third to last day or fourth to last day. And now, actually, thank you so much. I'll show you the name of the restaurant. So here's the name of the restaurant. UT 47 on 47th Street and 9th Avenue. UT Kitchen. UT 47 Kitchen. UT 47, 358, 47th Street. UT 47, right here. All right, so I was doing a Rome live video back in October 2019, and it was like my third to last day. And I absolutely loved the city, absolutely was loving making live videos there. But I ended up getting this horrible comment. Someone left like this long comment. It was from one of the viewers that has been watching for quite a while. So it kind of hit me harder because on the internet you end up getting a bunch of terrible comments. It's just the state of the internet, unfortunately. And usually I ignore it now. But this particular comment was from a loyal viewer. And I was like, oh that's so weird. And basically that person claimed that I spoke weird and blah, 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 blah. I got to stop making videos because the way I speak and people don't understand me, blah, blah, blah. I get a lot of those comments, but I don't care anymore. Nonetheless, it bummed me out that day, especially because I was trying so hard with these videos and making very like long history videos. And the way I tell history stories is not quick cut. I don't have a script. I don't have a prompter. I rarely refer to notes. So it's very kind of spontaneous and I'm just making it up as I go, in essence. You know, I research my history and then I just make up the structure and the storytelling as I go. So that bummed me out. I was feeling very down as I was doing the 360 video of Piazza Navona. And people on the comments tell me, "Oh no, you're amazing. Don't listen to the haters," and I completely agreed with them. And as I sat down, finished the video, I sat down right in front of one of the churches close to Piazza Navona, and a little white moth, this tiny little white moth, landed on my elbow, and it's weird because it was a beautiful white moth, but you rarely see white moths in the middle of the city. They usually hang out more, I think, in the swampy areas. So not really in the middle of Rome, even though Rome is a bit swampy when you go closer to a river. So I saw this little white moth, especially landing on you because moths, I think, are notoriously shy as well. So it landed on my elbow, and I was so amazed by it. And kind of made my eyes glow. I was like, oh wow, cool, a little white moth. And I go searching online, and I search what is the meaning of a moth. And to provide a little bit of context, exactly this time, I knew I really wanted to make merchandise for Urbanist, especially for Rome. I thought to myself, I'm going to make a new merchandise line every city I visit. So for Rome, I really wanted to make a merchandise line, but I didn't know any illustrators or anyone like that. I had no idea about Fiverr, for example, so I really didn't know who I can get to draw the Urbanist merch. So I look at what a moth means. And a white moth, is a omen in many cultures around the world. It's a positive omen to saying that you are on the right path. It's very similar to also a dragonfly, which I also have a similar story to. Now, you can have your own opinions. You can say this is random. You can say this is pure coincidence. You can say I'm just thinking magically. That's on you. But my personal opinion, I was very pleasantly happy to see that it was a positive omen that says you're right on the right path. You're sharing a true gift. That's what a white moth means. And usually that gift is the gift of gab, more specifically with the white moth, more so than even a dragonfly. It means that you're sharing the proper gift of gab, the proper gift of communication. I was like, oh wow, that's wonderful. So I go back home, I go back to the Airbnb, and I am scrolling through Instagram, and I get a bunch of likes from a girl in Russia whose name is Moth. And I'll let everyone know the name of the Instagram a little bit later. Who's in the name, she has Moth. And her main profile pic was a white moth. And I go to her Instagram, and she has a bunch of illustrations, perfectly the style I wanted for the Urbanist merch, with white moths. This is a real Instagram. You can see the video where I talk about the white moth, and then I find out about the Instagram literally the day after. So all this is actually captured on video, so you know that this is a real story. I'm not making up any of these elements. And literally, it was an Instagram illustrator based in Russia with a bunch of white moths. So I end up hiring her to make the Rome Urbanist merchandise, including this drawing of two angels, very Raphael style, because it's Rome, spinning, stirring a cup of espresso. So that is the story of how I found out about this illustrator. And then I just ended up hiring her, and she was really cool to work with. And she actually put a little white moth in one of the merchandise. If you pay close attention, you'll see it in one of the images I have. So that is the story of how I got this album cover made. I just decided to keep using the same image and turn it into album cover because it's so good. I can't let it go to waste. Milo, thank you so much for sharing your amazing talent with all of us. My pleasure, everyone. Wow, this is powerful. Speak about perfect timing. Everyone, if you watch my show long enough, as I mentioned, it is not edited at all, not planned. I don't plan these adventures specifically, aside from the research. You'll see a bunch of happenstances, serendipitous moments, or synchronicities, whatever you want to call it. You'll see them on these videos if you've been watching long enough. A lot of you can attest to this. Rosemary says, dude, your channel came up on my feed the other day totally randomly, and you wouldn't believe who I am from high school. We need to do some catching up, says Rosolino. Hey, Rosolino. You're an old high school classmate? That's awesome. All right, nonetheless, started to rain, about to run out of battery. Everyone keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for an Urbanist coffee break coming up soon. Not this guy over here, the photo right there. Have a great day. Bye-bye, everyone.